Are you over 60 and still believe that walking every day is enough to keep you strong? You might want to sit down for this because what I'm about to tell you could completely change how you think about aging, strength, and independence. Here's the shocking truth. Nearly 1 in 3 adults over 65 experiences a fall each year. And it's not because of bad luck, it's because their muscles quietly vanish faster than they realize. Every step you take feels healthy, but beneath that familiar routine, your body is slowly losing the power that protects you from a devastating fall or a slow decline into dependence. The most alarming part, it's preventable. There's one simple movement backed by surgeons, physical therapists, and aging experts across the US that can rebuild lost strength, restore balance, and quite literally change the way you move through life. And no, it's not walking, and it's not some trendy gym workout. It's something far more practical, something you already do every single day, just not the right way. Stay with me, because what you'll hear in the next few minutes might become the most important health lesson of your life, and it starts with the chair you're sitting on right now. You've probably been told that walking is the gold standard for staying active after 60, and in many ways it is. It keeps your heart pumping, your lungs open, and your spirits high. But here's the part no one talks about. Walking alone doesn't protect the very muscles that keep you standing. Picture this: Margaret, a 68-year-old retired teacher from Ohio, walked 3 miles every morning for years. She believed that was enough to stay strong. Then one afternoon, as she went to stand up from her favorite armchair, her knees trembled and she sank back down in surprise. Nothing hurt yet, but that small moment was the first sign of something serious. Her leg strength had quietly declined, even though she exercised daily. That happens because after age 60, the body naturally loses about 1% of muscle mass every year, especially in the thighs, glutes, and core, exactly the muscles responsible for balance and independence. Doctors call it sarcopenia, and it's the silent thief of mobility. You don't notice it in one day, but over time it makes getting out of a car harder, climbing stairs riskier, and even standing from a chair feel like lifting a mountain. The problem isn't that you've stopped moving, it's that you've stopped challenging your muscles. Here's the hopeful part. Research from the National Institute on Aging shows that even small, strength-based movements can reverse up to 20 years of muscle loss if practiced consistently. You don't need fancy gym machines or marathon workouts. You just need targeted resistance, simple moves that tell your body, we're still in this fight. And the best one? It begins right in your living room, no equipment required. So before you take another walk thinking it's enough, remember this: endurance keeps you alive, but strength keeps you independent. And understanding that difference could be the key to aging without fear. But knowing this alone isn't enough, because there's another hidden factor even more dangerous than muscle loss itself. That next layer is mindset, the quiet but powerful shift that turns movement into transformation. Because physical change means nothing if your mind still whispers, you're too old for this. Every improvement in strength or balance begins first in belief. The moment you decide to move differently, you start aging differently. That's why experts in senior health say the body doesn't truly weaken with time, it weakens with doubt. And breaking that mental barrier is what allows true recovery to begin. Imagine this: you wake up one morning, and instead of bracing yourself for stiffness, you greet the day knowing your body can handle it. You reach for the chair not to rest, but to train. You start seeing the sit to stand not as an exercise, but as a symbol, a declaration that you're not done growing. Each repetition becomes a reminder that your story isn't slowing down. It's rebuilding one deliberate motion at a time. That mindset doesn't just change your muscles, it changes your chemistry. According to the American Journal of Geriatric Seniors, who engage in mindful movement report a 40% higher improvement in overall vitality and mental clarity than those who exercise mechanically. The reason is simple: confidence releases energy, fear drains it. And when you start believing in your strength again, something remarkable happens. You start doing more without even thinking about it. You take longer walks, cook more meals, play with your grandkids, maybe even dust off that old hobby you gave up years ago. Movement stops being effort, it becomes freedom. This renewed confidence feeds back into your physical health, forming a loop of momentum: stronger body, stronger mind, stronger life. So the sit to stand is more than just a movement. It's a mindset in motion. It reminds you that age doesn't take your power, you give it away when you stop believing. But as empowering as this sounds, there's still one final piece that ties everything together, the secret to making these small daily actions last a lifetime. That hidden factor is balance, the quiet guardian of every step you take. You don't notice it slipping away until it's almost gone. Picture this: you're reaching to grab something from a high shelf or stepping out of the shower, and suddenly the world tilts for a second. You catch yourself just in time, but your heart races. That fleeting wobble is your body's way of whispering, "I'm losing control." For millions of Americans over 60, that whisper eventually becomes a shout. In fact, according to the CDC, more than 36 million older adults fall every year in the United States, and 1 out of every 5 of those falls results in serious injury. But here's the truth: few talk about these falls don't happen because of clumsiness. They happen because the body forgets how to stabilize itself. Balance isn't just about your feet or your coordination. It's a full-body conversation between your core, legs, and brain. When your core muscles weaken and your leg strength fades, that communication line breaks down. Each time you stand up or sit down, those muscles decide whether you stay steady or stumble. That's why the simple sit-to-stand movement has become a quiet revolution among physical therapists and surgeons. It retrains your body to work as one unified system, again teaching your brain, muscles, and joints to reconnect the way they once did. Imagine practicing this daily. Each repetition strengthens your thighs and glutes, but also refines your inner sense of control. Within weeks, ordinary movements, like walking across the kitchen or getting out of bed, start to feel smoother, lighter, more confident. You're not just rebuilding strength, you're rewiring stability. So if you've ever caught yourself thinking, "I'm just getting older," think again. What's really happening isn't aging, it's disconnection. And once you learn how to restore that balance, you're not just preventing falls, you're reclaiming control over every movement you make. But balance alone isn't the full story, because even if your legs are strong and steady, there's another overlooked system quietly determining how well you move. That system is your core, the hidden powerhouse that silently supports every motion, every breath, and every ounce of stability you have left. Most people think core means abs, the kind you see in fitness magazines. But for older adults, the core isn't about appearance, it's about protection. It's your body's internal armor wrapping around your spine, connecting your hips and anchoring your posture. When your core weakens, even simple actions, standing, bending, or reaching, start to feel heavy, uncertain, unsafe. Think of your core as the body's steering wheel. Without it, your movements drift out of alignment. That's why you might notice your back aching more after long walks, or why your posture slouches no matter how hard you try to stand tall. A weak core forces your joints to work overtime, creating pain in your lower back, hips, and knees. Over time, that pain turns into hesitation, and hesitation leads to less movement, starting a downward spiral that accelerates aging itself. The good news: you can break that cycle. Studies from Harvard Health show that strengthening your core can reduce back pain by up to 40% and improve stability within 3 weeks. No equipment, no crunches, just controlled functional movement. The sit-to-stand exercise naturally activates your entire core without strain. When you lean forward slightly, your abdominal muscles engage to stabilize your spine. When you push through your heels, your lower back and glutes work together, forming a perfect synergy of balance and power. It's your body's way of remembering what it was designed to do. And when that system wakes up again, something changes, not just in how you move, but how you feel. You start standing taller, breathing deeper, and walking with confidence that's been missing for years. Because this isn't about fitness, it's about freedom. But before you start building that freedom, there's one crucial detail most people overlook, and it determines whether this exercise helps you or quietly harms you. That crucial detail is from how you perform the movement determines everything. Too many people rush through exercises thinking speed equals progress. But when it comes to building strength and protecting joints, control is everything. Imagine your chair as a training tool, not furniture. The sit-to-stand might look simple, but when done right, it activates more than half the muscles in your body. Here's how you do it safely and effectively, the way orthopedic specialists recommend. Start by sitting on the front edge of a sturdy, stable chair. No wheels, no cushions. Place your feet flat on the floor, shoulder width apart, and make sure your heels are slightly behind your knees. Straighten your back, roll your shoulders back, and lift your chest. This is your foundation, strong, alert, grounded. Now take a breath. Lean forward slightly from the hips, not the back, and push through your heels as you rise. Feel your thighs and glutes fire up as your body lifts. When you reach full standing, pause for a second and squeeze your glutes tight. That brief squeeze is where real strength is built. It trains your body to fully engage those powerful muscles that keep you upright and stable. Next comes the descent, the part most people overlook. Don't collapse back into the chair. Lower yourself slowly under control, like you're about to sit on something fragile. This slow return, what trainers call the eccentric phase, is what truly builds muscle and joint stability. Every second you control that descent teaches your body resilience. You're not just sitting down, you're training balance, precision, and endurance in one motion. For beginners, using your hands for support is perfectly fine. Place them lightly on your thighs or armrests for balance. As you get stronger, try to rely less on them until your legs do all the work. The goal isn't to push harder, it's to move smarter. Doing 8 to 10 repetitions once or twice a day is enough to spark lasting change. Within a few weeks, you'll notice small victories: standing up faster, walking steadier, climbing stairs without hesitation. Each rep is a quiet investment in your future strength. So take your time, breathe, and let consistency be your power. Because there's a deeper reason this simple chair movement transforms your body so effectively, and it's something that even seasoned athletes tend to forget. That deeper reason is connection, the way your body's muscles, joints, and nervous system communicate with one another. Every time you perform a sit to stand, you're not just strengthening tissue, you're rebuilding the conversation between your brain and your body. With age, that connection tends to weaken. The nerves that once fired instantly begin to slow down, making you feel stiff, uncertain, or unsteady. But with each controlled rise and gentle descent, you're reawakening those neural pathways, telling your body, we remember how to move with power and purpose. Think of it like rebooting a computer that's been in sleep mode for too long. At first it feels sluggish, but the more you move, the faster and more responsive it becomes. Physical therapists call this neuromuscular re-education, and it's one of the most overlooked elements of healthy aging. According to studies from the Mayo Clinic, regular functional movements like sit to stand can improve coordination and reaction speed by nearly 30% in adults over 65. That means fewer stumbles, quicker recoveries, and far greater confidence in everyday life. But there's something even more powerful that happens beyond the science. When you start regaining this sense of connection, you also begin to trust your body again. You walk into rooms without scanning for things to hold on to. You bend to tie your shoes without worrying if you can get back up. That quiet trust is the foundation of true independence. It's what separates living from merely getting by. And it's contagious. Once your brain and muscles rediscover that rhythm, every other part of your health improves. Your circulation increases, your posture realigns, and your energy lifts. You start feeling younger, not because of magic, but because your body finally remembers how to work as one. So yes, this exercise builds muscle, but its real gift is communication. It reminds your entire system that you're still capable, still strong, still alive in every motion. But there's another layer to this transformation, one that touches not just the body, but the mind itself, and it may be the most important change of all. So here's what I want you to remember before you go. Your body is far more capable than you've been told. Strength doesn't fade overnight, it quietly waits to be reawakened. The simple sit-to-stand movement is more than an exercise. It's a daily promise to yourself that you're not giving up on mobility, freedom, or life's small joys. Even just a few minutes a day can protect your joints, boost your balance, and restore the confidence that aging sometimes steals away. Take this as a gentle reminder you are never too old to start caring for your body in smarter, kinder ways. Listen to what it tells you, nourish it with movement, good nutrition, and regular checkups, especially when it comes to your kidney health. Your kidneys work quietly every day to keep your entire system in balance. Treat them with the same consistency and care you give this exercise. Drink enough water, stay active, and don't ignore the small signs your body gives you. They matter more than you think. And if today's video helped you, save it, share it, and hit subscribe so you never miss out on new science-backed tips to protect your health and your kidneys. Each week, we bring practical medical insights designed for you because knowledge is the first step toward longevity. Most of all, keep believing that progress is possible at any age. Your health is your greatest investment, And every small action you take today builds a stronger tomorrow. So take a deep breath, smile, and keep moving. You're doing far better than you realize.